The Greens are preparing to take the balance of power in the Senate, and Bob Brown's already testing the limits of his influence. He wants the government to revisit the mining tax, and he's telling the opposition to forget about its pledge to rescind the carbon tax if it wins office. Here's our political correspondent Tom Eagleton in Canberra.
Support for Tony Abbott's bulging, but he's trying to stay modest.
If only the rest of us could fill them out like that.
And he says others should follow his lead.
What we saw from Senator Brown was a one-hour bragathon about how he's really the power behind this government.
He could also be the power behind a future Abbott government, especially in the Senate. And he says he won't allow Mr Abbott to repeal any deal he does with Julia Gillard on a carbon tax.
While ever we're drawing breath in the Senate, we will defend the outcome unless it can be improved in terms of tackling climate change.
But he's also striking out at the Prime Minister, urging her to increase the rate of the proposed mining tax, which she watered down from Kevin Rudd's version.
Most of Treasury's planned super profits tax is now due to end up in the deep pockets of billionaires overseas, in Switzerland, London, Calcutta and Beijing, rather than in Australian schools, hospitals and railways.
He's commissioned modelling showing 83% of the mining industry is foreign-owned and that $50 billion of profit will head offshore over the next 5 years.
And if $20 billion of that huge flow of money out of the country over the coming 5 or 10 years instead stays in the country and helps our manufacturing industry and helps keep those 200,000 jobs, that's a good thing.
The Prime Minister's hearing the Greens leader's tune, but she's in no mood to negotiate.
I'll be delivering the minerals resource rent tax I shaped in my early days as Prime Minister.
Others are disputing the Greens leader's figures.
Kathy, you're out of a job, Kate.
Foreign investors take millions out of our country, but they put billions in first.
And the mining industry is accusing Bob Brown of capitalising on xenophobia.
This notion that there is this massive expatriation of profits from sort of foreign multinational carpetbaggers is just the kind of politics that the Greens love. It's all emotion, it's not fact.
When you're in difficulty maintaining a debate in public, go for the person. And Mitch Hook's a pretty poor example of that tactic.
And Senator Brown wasn't finished there. He's pushing for a change in foreign investment rules to stop state-backed Chinese mining interests from buying up agricultural land as future mine sites.
With the potential loss of that magnificent food-producing country in an age where food resources are critical.
He says Australian farmers should come first.
I think we should be, for all manner of reasons, looking at giving them some security. Not just this gargantuan, largely foreign-owned coal mining industry.
In that, at least, he has some support.
That maybe do need some special protection from some of these activities, whether they be from the Chinese or the Australian mining companies, of which there's very few.
A Chinese mining company has been buying large tracts of agricultural land in Tony Windsor's electorate, and it's been causing unease amongst his constituents. Like Bob Brown, he's got the power to put the issue on the government's agenda, and the New South Wales Premier says he too will be raising the issue with Julia Gillard. Tom Eagleton, Lateline.